Hola clase, bienvenidos de nuevo. En esta lección van a aprender los verbos de AR. So in this lesson, you're going to learn the AR verb conjugations. That's very exciting, I know. In Spanish, there's three types of verbs. There's AR ending, ER ending, and IR ending verbs. And you know by the ending how to conjugate the verb. They all follow a set pattern. And you always learn the AR ending verbs first. And if you can conjugate one regular AR ending verb, you can conjugate all the regular AR ending verbs. That's wonderful. Okay, and just like in English, you have to make the verb agree with the subject, and that's called conjugation. Okay, because you can't say, like in English, you can't say I to walk, or he to walk, or he to sing, or he to run, or we to run. You have to make the verb agree with the subject. Just like in English, you say I run, he runs, we walk, they walk, you all walk. All right. But in Spanish, you have to do the same thing. But in Spanish, you have endings for each of the pronouns, and you can tell by the ending who the subject is. So a lot of times in Spanish, most of the time, you don't need to use the pronoun because you can tell by the ending who the subject is, unlike English, where you have a lot of the same verbs for the same subject. So when you conjugate a verb, when you make the verb agree with the subject, you first take off the ending of the infinitive. So we're going to start with the verb llegar, which is to arrive. So when you conjugate, take off that AR, and that's what's left after you take off the ending is called the stem. So you're going to add the ending for the yo form to that stem. And for yo, which is I, that ending for an AR verb is O. So you're going to add an O to that stem, and it becomes llego. Llego is I arrive. All right. And then for the to form, you're going to add AS. That's the to form ending. So add AS to the stem, and that is llegas. Llegas, you arrive. Then for the usted, el, ella form, remember those three pronouns have the same ending. So you're going to add an A. That's the A. That's the ending for the usted, el, ella form. So llega. Llega. So usted llega would be you, the formal you arrive, and then él llega would be he arrives, or ella llega, she arrives. So in this case, you would probably want to use a pronoun for the third person singular. That's usted él, ella form because they have the same endings. So if you just said llega, you wouldn't know if it's you arrive or he or she arrives. All right, then for the nosotros form, you're going to add AMOS to the stem. So llegamos. Llegamos is we arrive. And then for the vosotros form, which is the you all informal plural in Spain only, if you want to learn that, that ending is A with an accent over it, IS, AIS. So llegáis would be the vosotros form, which is you all arrive. All right, and then the ustedes, ellos, ellas form. You're going to add AN to the stem. AN is the ending for the ustedes, ellos, ellas. So llegan. Llegan could be the ustedes llegan is you all arrive, or ellos or ellas llegan is they arrive. All right, so like I said, if you can conjugate one regular AR verb, you can conjugate all of them. So let's try another AR verb. We'll do the verb bailar, which is to dance. So take off your AR ending to conjugate. So if you want to say I dance, you have your stem, B-A-I-L, bail. So add the O, bailo. Bailo is I dance. The to form, add the AS to the stem, bailas. Bailas. And then you want to say you formal he or she dances. You add the A to the stem. Baila. Baila. Usted el ella form. And then we dance. You can add AMOS to the stem. So, bailamos. It's we dance. That was a song, wasn't it? Bailamos. All right, the vosotros form. You can add the AIS. Bailáis. You all in Spain dance. And then the ustedes, ellos, ellas form. Bailan. Add the AN to the stem. Bailan. You all or they dance. All right, muy bien. So now I'm going to read you a list of some common AR verbs, and I'll tell you what they mean. So we're going to start out with the verb ayudar. Ayudar means to help. The verb bailar, which we just did, means to dance. Buscar. Buscar is to look for. Caminar. Caminar, to walk. Cantar. Cantar, to sing. Cocinar. Cocinar, to cook. Comprar. Comprar, to buy. Desear. Desear is to desire or want. Enseñar. Enseñar is to teach. Escuchar. Escuchar is to listen. Esquiar. Esquiar, to ski. Estudiar. Estudiar, to study. Hablar. Hablar is to talk or to speak. Hablar por teléfono, to talk on the phone. Limpiar. Limpiar, to clean. Llamar. Llamar, to call. Llegar, the one we conjugated also. Llegar, to arrive. Mandar. Mandar, to send. You could mandar un mensaje, to send a message, or una carta. Mandar una carta, to send a letter. Manejar. Manejar, to drive. Mirar. Mirar is to look. You could mirar tele, to watch TV. Nadar. Nadar, to swim. Necesitar. Necesitar, to need. Practicar. Practicar, to practice. You could practicar un deporte. You could practice a sport, or practicar el piano, practice the piano. Preguntar. Preguntar, to ask. Regresar. Regresar, to return. Tomar. Tomar, that means to take, or it can mean to drink. You could tomar café, to drink coffee. Trabajar. Trabajar, to work. Usar. Usar, to use. And viajar. Viajar, to travel. All right, so that ends this lesson for AR verb conjugations. So we will see you muy pronto. Nos veremos pronto. Hasta la próxima vez. Chao.